Okay, you guys, we're gonna be reviewing. Okay, so it says to calculate her cat's age in human years, Brenda multiplied the cat's age by 4 and then added 16. Which table correctly represents this relationship between a cat's age and the age of a person? So we know some key things. We know that to get the human age, Brenda multiplied the cat's age and then she added 16. So they want the correct table. So we know that this is cat and this is human. We know if we made this into an equation, it would be H equals, multiplied the cat's age by 4. There you go. Okay, so we know we need to multiply it by 4, then add 16. Okay, if I look at my answer choices, I have 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to do 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to take, this is my x, so I'm going to take my x and plug it in or substitute it to get my y. So I'm going to do 4 times 3 plus 16. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 16 equals 28. So anywhere there's a 3, I want it to have 28. So if I look at A cannot be correct because I didn't get 28. If I look at B cannot be correct because it says 27. C doesn't have a 3, and neither does D. Okay, let's try 4. So 4 times 4 plus 16. So 4 plus 4 is 16. 16 plus 16 gets me 32. So I know I have to have 32 next to 4. So C has it, but D does not. It has 20. So my answer is C. Okay. The next one, it says the graph below represents the total cost of car washes, including a base wash and any add-ons. Which table correctly reflects the relationship between the number of add-ons and the total cost? Okay, so if we look, we know that it does not go through the origin, so that it doesn't go through 0. We know that my starting point is between 6 and 8. Okay. What else do we know from my graph? We know that whenever something, so we know, I'm going to put things that we notice. We know that my starting point is at 7. We know that whenever I go over 1, it's between 8 and 10. That makes 9. When we go over 2, that looks like it's 11. Okay, so let's make an equation. Well, actually, we don't really need to make an equation because look, they're all tables. They're all reflecting of what our graph is saying. Okay, if we go over 3, we're getting 13. So look at your, okay, if we go over 4, looks like it's 15. Okay, so let's look. So if I look at A, I went over 4 and it goes up to 19. We know that A cannot be correct because we said that it's going to be 15. If I look at B, 3 and 13, that was correct. So if I look at C, well, C doesn't have it, but we can still check. And then, so C has 16. If I go over 5, go up, that's 17. So we know that C can't be it. Okay, D, 2 and 16. Well, we said 2 was 11, so it can't be that one. So my answer is B. Okay, if I look at the next one, it says the graph below represents the total cost of using computer in a computer lab. Which equation most accurately reflects the relationship between the number of hours in the lab and the total cost using the computer lab? So if I notice, we're looking for an equation. Okay, and they give us a graph. We know that we're talking about hours in the lab and the total cost. Okay, so if I look at my graph, our starting point is at 5. So I know that if I was to make an equation, I know I'm going to add 5. Okay, now if I look and I made a table, we know this is 0, this is 5. But at 2, it's 10. At 4, it is 15. We're going to figure out what our constant rate of change is. So how do I get from 5 to 10? We go plus 5. How do I get from 0 to 2? Plus 2. Okay? So, remember, change over y over change over x is my constant rate of change. So 5 over 2. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So 2.5 or 2.50x plus 5. So my answer is A. Okay, last one. A bakery charges $4.50 per delivery plus 40 cents per mile. Which table most accurately reflects the relationship between the distance traveled and the total cost? Okay, so we know that it is $4.50 per delivery, and it's plus 40 cents per mile. Okay. If I was to make a table, I'm going to make a table using this information right here. They want miles, and they want the total cost. So we have 2, 3, 7, 8. So I'm going to do 40 cents per mile plus a $4.50 delivery. So we have 40 cents times 2 plus 4.50. 40 cents times 2, that's 80 cents. So 80 cents plus 4.50. Eight plus 5, that's 13. Carry my 1, that's $5.30. Look at your answer choices. My answer is D. Okay. So now let's work some more problems. It says that Alex has $693.27 in her bank account. So she has $693.27 in account. she withdrew money from the account to pay $123.54 for her electric bill. So we said withdrew $123.54 for her electric bill and $98.60 for groceries. How much money is left in Alex's account? So we know we have a total of this. We know that this is my total, $693. When you pay for something and you withdraw it, you're subtracting. So this was my electric bill. I'm just going to subtract. 7 minus 4 is 3. I can't do 2 minus 5, so this makes 12. So for that to make 12, I had to borrow from here, and that makes 2. 12 minus 5 is 7. Bring down my decimal. Can I do 2 minus 3? No. So this makes 8. That makes 12. 12 minus 3 is 9. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. Well, we know that B cannot be my answer because that was just for the electric bill. We still need groceries. So I'm going to take away my groceries. I can't do 3 minus 6, so this turns to 13, and this makes a 6. 13 minus 6 gives me 7. 6 minus 6 gives me 0. Decimal, 9 minus 8 is 1. I cannot do 6 minus 9, so this makes 16, so I borrow from here makes 4. 16 minus 9 is 7, 4 minus 0 is 4. So my answer is A. Okay, next problem. Each member of a cross-country team runs 6.2 miles, okay, each day. So they run 6.2 miles each day. The team has 5 members. What is the total number of miles that the 7th grade team members will run in 18 practices? Okay, so we know that one member, so we have our members, one member runs 6.2 miles. But we have 5 members, correct? So how do I get from 1 to 5? I times it by 5. So 6.2 times 5. That's 10, carry my 1. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 1 is 31. So, but this is for one practice. Give me a second. So, sorry guys, one practice is 31, but I don't want to know for just one practice. I want to know for 18 practices. So I'm going to make another proportion. So we're comparing practices and our members, right? Oh, I'm sorry. No, wait. No, our miles. Sorry, guys. So for one practice, they made 31 miles. But we want to know for 18 practices. So how do I get from 1 to 18? Times 18, right? So whatever I do at the top, I need to do to the bottom. So 31 times 18. 8 times 1 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. Placeholder. 8 times 3 is 24. Carry my 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. Add that up. They went 558 miles. Isn't proportion so much fun? Okay. Okay, So now we're going to be doing blueberry muffins. Now we're doing blueberry muffins. So a blueberry muffin recipe calls for a 1 3/4 cup of sugar, how many cups of sugar will we need to make the muffin recipe 3 times? Okay, so I'm just multiplying. So 1 3/4 times 3. So 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. That's 21 over 4. Then I'm going to make it an improper fraction. Or make my improper fraction a mixed number, sorry. 4 goes into 21 5 times. So we get 5 1/4. Next one. A bakery received 2 shipments of sugar. Each weighing 22.56 pounds. If the manager divided all the sugar equally among 24 canisters, how many pounds of sugar did the manager put in each one? Okay. So we have 2 shipments of sugar. So these are my 2 shipments. Each one is 22.56. So if I combine that, this is 45.12 pounds. Okay, so they're putting them in, dividing them equally in 24 canisters. So they're taking this amount and they're putting them in each one. So I know that I'm going to divide that. Okay, 24 can't go into 4, but it can go into 45 one time, because if I have 2 of them, that makes 48. That makes 21. I bring down my 1. Let's see. 3 24s would be 72. 4 of them would be 96. 5 of them, I can't do that on top of my head. 24 times 5 would be 120. 6 of them be 144. $168. Let's see, that's 32. So 8 would be 192. Subtract, that's 11, that makes 10, 1. Okay, 11 minus 2 is 9, 1. Okay, bring down my 2, so it'd be 1.88. B. Okay. Andre works in a soft drink booth at every school baseball game. He earns 1/3 of the total soft drink sales. At Friday's game, the total soft drink sales were $79.26. At Saturday's game, the total soft drinks was $95.70. How much did Andre earn by working at the booths Friday and Saturday? Okay, so we know that they want to know for both Friday and Saturday. So we know we want to add these together. $16, $17. Okay. But we took 1/3 of it. So I'm going to do this times 1/3. So in reality, it's really saying we're dividing by 3. So he made $58. Whoa. Let's see. What did we do wrong here? You know what? I couldn't read my handwriting. That's $95.70. So let's fix that. That should be a 9. So this should be a 9. So my answer is D. So, because this is 9 and this is 9. Okay. All right, guys. Last page. In the equation, 56 plus 4.5x equals 110, the value of x is. So we want to know the value of x. So 56 plus 4.5x equals 110. Okay. I know that first step I need to undo addition and subtraction. So this is a positive 56, so I'm a minus 56 on both sides. These zero out. I'm going to bring down my coefficient and my x. I can't do 0 minus 6, so this turns into a 10. Makes a 0. 10 minus 6 is 4. 0 minus 5, so this makes a 0, that makes a 10. So now 10 minus 5 is 54. Alright, so now I'm going to undo my multiplication by dividing. So 54 goes on the outside, 4.5 goes on the 54 goes on the inside, 4.5 goes on the outside. I don't want no decimals, so I'm going to move over a decimal. So I should have 45 on the outside and 540 on the inside. 540 divided by 45. Okay, now 45 cannot go into 5, but 45 can go into 54 one time. So look at your answer choices. I can go ahead and eliminate D right away. And I can eliminate A, because that's a negative. Subtract. That's 9, bring down my 0. 45 can go into 90 2 times. So my answer is B. Okay, I'm going to do this one now. What is the value of x? In the equation, 4x plus 8 equals 32. Remember, first we undo addition and subtraction by doing inverse operations. So 4x equals 24. What can you multiply to 4 to get 24? We can multiply it. Hang on, friends. There's something wrong here because maybe that's a division sign. Because if I look at my answer choices, something's wrong here. I have to check this problem because it printed out, it kind of printed out blurry. Maybe that's a division sign. So, well, this is for sure going to be 6. So what if it was 4x divided by 8 equals 32? Well, this would be times 8 times 8. So 4x equals 16, that's 24. Divide by 4, divide by 4. Maybe that was weird. Okay. Okay, it says, in which of the following equations does b equal 3? We have 4 different equations. I am not going to solve each one solo. So I'm just going, we know that b equals 3. I'm just going to substitute for b. So 3 minus 24, this is a, I'm sorry, times 3 equals 75. So 24 times 3 is 72. So 72 minus 3 it would be 69, but my answer would be a negative 69 because I have more negatives than I do positives. So I know it cannot be A because it didn't equal 75. This has to equal this. Okay, let's try B. 65 plus 9 times 3 equals 38. Well, 65 plus 9 times 3 is 27. 65 plus 27 equals 92. 92 is not the same as 98, so it can't, or 38, so it can't be that one. Let's try C. So C, negative 2 times 3 plus 30. Negative 2 times 3 is 6. Or I'm sorry, negative 6. So negative 6 plus 30 equals 24. This also equals 24. Ooh, we have almost a correct answer. Let's keep working. Oh, if I look at D, we're going to have 102 times 3 minus 21 equals negative 55. I can already tell you that this would be 306. So 306 minus 21 is not going to equal negative 55. So my answer here is C. Last problem. So we have 124 minus 9p is greater than less than or equal to 70. I'm going to solve to figure out which one is true. So I'm going to undo my addition first. By doing that, I need to do the inverse. So that's going to be minus 124. Negative 9p is less than or equal to, I'm going to do 124 minus 70. That's going to be a negative 54. The reason why it's a negative 54 is because I have more negatives than I do positives. Now I'm going to divide by negative 9 because that's my inverse again. But remember, when you divide by a negative coefficient, you have to flip your sign. Negative 54 divided by negative 9 is a positive 6. So p has to be greater than or equal to 6. So if I had a number line, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So first off, we know that we have greater than or equal to. So it has to be equal to 6 and anything greater than that. So look at your answer choices. A cannot be my answer because 2, negative 3, and negative 7 are all smaller. Can't be my answer. 4 is also smaller, so it cannot be B. These are all greater, and 6 is equal. And then negative 4, negative 2, and 0. So my answer is C.